Pilates class. Hi, Miss Viviane. Let's do our Pilates class together. So I have a few props, and I believe you mentioned that you have your own at home. If you have a ball, great. If you don't, it's okay. I believe you have some yoga blocks, so this could also suffice. We'll play with both. And then a strap of some sort and a blanket or a towel, something along those lines. And then let's get started. So I'd recommend putting either the blanket or a towel or a block if you have more than one. I'm only going to use one, so I'll assume that you only have one. So just something for underneath your head to get started. And let's go ahead and just lie down. And I'm in my home in New Jersey, and I'm making this video in our foyer. So you'll see the older doors here that belong to the original house. All right, so when you make yourself comfortable, take your time, no rush obviously. Just go ahead and bend your legs, bend your knees, place your feet flat on the mat. And let's start with our breath. Our breath is an integral part of how we move our bodies and also how we move through space. So just go ahead and place your hands on your body, maybe around your tummy or your diaphragm, something like that. You can do this with your eyes open or closed. It's really however you feel today. Let's begin with a nice deep breath in and then a long breath out. We'll do this a few times, so please continue. I'll just keep talking. As you're breathing in, you might feel how your body responds or expands underneath your hands. And as you breathe out, you may sense or feel that it gently relaxes. We'll do it again. Inhale and exhale. And however your body feels today, just remember that you're taking time for yourself and you're taking time to tune in and just letting any distractions, anything that's on your mind, placing it aside for now. And just focusing on this moment. So let's take one more deep breath in. Big breath in. And then a long breath out. Good. So nice and easy. Then as you're ready, relaxing your arms by your sides. You can also place your hands on your pelvis if you like. So you kind of feel the bones on the hips. So we're going to start with what's called a pelvic tilt. I think we've done this in the past. So it's a gentle arch, kind of like you're sticking your belly out, letting everything release, almost creating more space here between you and the mat and the low back. And then press your back down into the mat. So let's do this a few times. So lifting or arching your low back, pressing your hips towards your knees, and then doing the opposite, pressing down and back and feeling that your low back literally makes contact with the mat. We'll do it again. Now maybe you notice as you're moving that your breath is syncing up with the body. It might do it naturally, or maybe you start to pay a bit more attention. So let's inhale as we arch, and then exhale as you gently press back. Okay, let's try that again. Inhale as you arch, and then gently exhale as you press back. So what this movement does, and I'm going to ask you to literally just keep going. I know it might seem sort of trivial and small, but it starts to loosen up our low back and also give our pelvis, the front of the pelvis, some space. And we want space in the pelvis because that's where we walk from, we sit from, we do so much just right through our hips. So let's just do one more. Forward, arch, and then back. Perfect, nice and easy. Let's move on to the legs, okay? So I'm gonna ask you to walk the legs together, walk the feet together, so your thighs are more or less touching. You can leave the back as is, everything's great, everything is nice and easy. Let's pretend the knees are 2 pages of a book, and we're simply going to open the pages. Now, as you open them, you might notice that your feet want to move. Let them. You may end up tilting the foot all the way out to the pinky side of the foot. Go ahead and bring the knees back together. So we'll do this a few times. This is a wonderful exercise to warm up the low back and the pelvis, but also very simple to strengthen the inner thighs. And we're just using gravity. We're allowing gravity to assist us as well as just using our own body weight, so literally the bones and the muscles. So you're moving relatively slowly. I wouldn't go too fast. Inhale, maybe, if that feels best. Exhale. Doesn't matter when you're breathing. Just keep breathing. Try not to hold your breath. So open the knees gently. Let's say inhale, exhale, and then slowly bring the thighs back together. Okay? So let's add on to that. So keeping the legs together, you can pause there. Still very close with the knees. Let's just do one leg at a time. So let's start with the right. So the right knee falls out. Now this time, you may be tempted to let the leg fall all the way to the floor. But what you do, as you do that, you may notice that that lifts the left hip up slightly. So let's come back, bring the right knee all the way back, all the way back, all the way back. And this time, we'll do it again, same leg. Allow the right knee to open, but when your left hip starts to move, you've gone too far. So I would only go about 50%, just halfway, and then bring it back to center. Let's switch sides, left side. So same thing, left knee opens, other knee opens, but you only go so far, so maybe about 50%, so that the right hip, the opposite hip, doesn't move. And then we'll just go from side to side, alternating. Right, and again, slow. If I had a metronome, if we were counting, it would be something like 1, 2, 1, 2. So very slow, very slow. We don't need to move fast. You know, we move so quickly throughout our day. We have so much going on that when we exercise, at least in this format, in Pilates, sometimes it's just nice to slow down a little bit, take our time. And as we slow down, we have space to have more awareness, to notice. So again, you keep going side to side. What are we doing? Basically, what we're doing is we're allowing the hip socket, to move freely without any weight. So when you're standing, you're placing weight on the hips, or when you're sitting, you're placing weight on the hips. But when we're like this, there is no weight. We're really allowing the pelvis to rest, to be supported. One more each side, one more each side. And in that moment, in that rest, the ligaments inside the pelvis have a chance to move without inhibition, or move more freely. Right knee falls out. Okay? So we've done that now. Our pelvis is a little more warmed up. We're nice and ready. So let's separate the feet one more time. You're back to that hip distance apart, whatever feels comfortable. So you want to feel your big toes on the mat, all your toes on the mat. You can relax your arms by your side if you like, however feels comfortable. Remember those pelvic tilts that we did a couple of minutes ago? Let's return to those. Little press back, little arch. But now we'll allow that movement to go up. So the pubic bone, the pelvis will rise up. This is called a bridge. We've done these before. Up, up, up. And then as you come down, again, take your time. It's a nice, languid, relaxed, easy movement. Maybe exhale. Release. Let's do it again. This movement is one of my favorites. This is called a bridge because you get so much out of it. As you lift, you stretch the front of your body, but you also strengthen the back of your body because you're using the back of your body. And then as you come down, you relax and articulate the spine. So you give your spinal column some more space and movement. Let's do one more. You really get a lot out of it. One more time. Inhale. Let's inhale as we go up. And if you like, you can always press down with your arms a little bit. Sometimes that feels, like you have more support. And then down, 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 down we go. Beautiful. And release. This is Fluffy. This is our cat. She is going to visit us and open the doors as we're doing our Pilates. So as we're here, let's relax our arms by our side. We've done our bridging. Now let's lift the right leg, place it down. You can keep your knee bent for now, and then lift the left leg, and then place it down. Again, relatively simple. What I'd like you to do now is use the core to lift your legs. So we'll take an inhale, and then as you exhale, think about tightening your tummy a little bit. Then lift the leg, and release. We'll do it again. Inhale, exhale. Tighten your tummy, then lift the leg. Okay, let's try it again. And now maybe moving, you know, a little faster. You don't have to take such big breaths. Kind of like when you do the gyrokinesis, you know, that's a sort of a staccato, a little faster breath. You're welcome to try that here. My cat is very interested in what we're doing. She can't believe that I'm in her house. This is her house, not my house. And on her floor without her permission. All right, let's do one more. Good. All right, marching along. Let's make it a little more challenging. Bring the arms to the mat if you haven't already, and consider pressing your elbows into the mat. Inhale, exhale. Lift one, and now both legs. So it's a little harder. Both legs are elevated, but from this position, we'll pretty much do the same thing. One foot comes down, change, opposite, other foot comes down. But compared to before, where both feet were on the floor and we were lifting them, now we have both legs elevated. So we're going from top to bottom rather than from bottom to top. Again, I would consider tightening the tummy just a little bit. If it feels like it's making you tense, or your shoulders are getting tense, or your jaw are getting tense, you know, wiggle out of it and then start again, okay? And the good thing about a video is you can always press pause, you can always stop, and we can always restart. You know, if you ever have to go to the bathroom or get up and come back, that's the fun of it. Okay, we're gonna do 3 more. Now notice if your ribs are coming up, try to press your rib cage down. Last one. Okay, place both feet down, pause. I have a cat in the way. Now if you have either your ball or your block, whichever you prefer. If you don't have a ball, then use a block. I'll use a block because I remember seeing a block in your house, so I know you definitely have that. Take the block, the long side, and place it between your knees, okay? So we have, what the block does is it gives us reference, it gives us feedback. So you could feel it between the knees, perfect, and it gives you something to relate to so that you know where you are. So again, place the elbows down. We're gonna go right back where we were. Take a deep breath, exhale. Now squeeze the block and lift both legs, perfect. Bring the knees a little closer to your chest so you'll actually feel your low back pressing into the mat. And then move the knees away from you. See how my block is going away from my head, and you'll feel your low back arching a little bit. Try that again. Give the block a little squeeze, bring it towards you, and then keep that little squeeze, bring it away from you. So this is a core exercise. This is a way for us to strengthen our abdomen without doing a traditional sit-up. So keeping your tummy a little tight, arms are by your side, keeping a light squeeze on that block, because again, it helps us remember, helps us have reference. All right, let's do 2 more. And 1 more. Good. Place both feet down. Pause, maybe do a little arch, curl, just shake it out. We'll do this 1 more time and we'll add on. And remember, you don't have to go to the next progression if you don't want to. I'm just offering them in the video so that you have options for the future. All right, so 1 more time. Big breath in. And let's lift our legs. So we're using our abdomen to brace and kind of strengthen as we lift our legs. Now, same thing. Go slightly forward, let's say about a foot, and then bring the knees in, same distance. Maybe it's 10, 12 inches. Now, tap, go all the way to the floor, squeeze the block and come back. So we're going farther, we're making the movement bigger. Exhale, and then squeeze as you come back in. Try it again. Relax the neck. Squeeze as we come back in. Let's do 4 more. Squeeze as we come back in, giving it a little, it doesn't have to be an overt, extra tight. It's a reference. We have the block, we know it's there. We're pressing into the mat with our rib cage. We give it a little squeeze. Maybe you don't go all the way to the mat. You don't have to. This is just an option. And we did it. All right, both feet down. Take that block away, place it to the side, and once again, relax your arms by your side. Okay, notice how things are feeling. Let's take our hips up, 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 up. One more time, just like we did before, all the way up into that bridge. This time, if you're ready for it, I'm going to ask you to lift your right heel, place it down so the hips are still up, left heel. All right, so keep doing that. Right, left, right, left, right, left. One more, and right and left. Keep your hips up, lift both heels up, 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 up. Place both heels down and release your back all the way to the floor. Good. Take one leg and then the opposite leg. Give yourself a little rock, rock, rock. Just holding your legs in your hands for a second. And we're going to return to that movement. So both legs on the floor once again, both feet firmly planted, arms by your side, up we go. Back into our bridge. Instead of just lifting the heel, so lift your right heel, keep it there, press your elbows into the mat, maybe lift your whole leg, the right leg, your hips are up, place it down. Okay, let's try the left side. So you're nice and steady, nice and strong, shoulders down, left heel lifts, left leg lifts. Place the foot, the heel down. So the whole foot's down. Let's do it again. Right and exhale. Left and right and left. Lifting that heel and lifting the knee and placing it down. Left. Let's try again. Up and up. One more each side, keeping everything nice and still. The body's rather quiet, just moving through those legs, and we will return, well done, to the mat. Nice and easy, release. And again, maybe a little roll, maybe a little side to side. Just kind of check in and see how you're feeling. So take your leg and extend it. Doesn't matter which leg, whichever one you like. Opposite knee will stay bent. So one leg is straight, one leg is bent. The bent knee, let it fall out to the side. The straight leg, allow it to feel really heavy. It's not going anywhere. And then bring that knee back in. Allow the foot to land flat on the mat. I'm going to do the other side so then you can see from both directions. So this knee falls out. You'll notice my foot opens to the side. And then we bring it back, 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 and the whole foot lands on the mat. Okay, so try that again. Just stay on the same leg. You don't have to switch the way I did. If you have, though, it's fine. But stay on the same leg. We'll do 5. We'll do 5 on one leg. So that's 2. Nice deep breath in. Maybe smile. Notice how you're feeling any differently than when we first started. All right, we have one more. I can see out my window the trees are starting to blossom, so it's really nice. All the green leaves and pink and yellow. It's really pretty. Place the foot down, and then we'll switch sides. So now one leg is bent, other leg is straight. Okay, let the knee fall out. This is literally called, very fancy name, bent knee fall out. So whoever invented this exercise and the name, they weren't very creative. They just called it the bent knee fall out. But I suppose sometimes it's good just to say what it is. So the knee falls out, it's bent, and then it comes back. Okay, one more. Big breath in, big breath out, and we're back. All right, bend both legs once again, and let's look for your strap, okay? If you have it nearby, great. If you have to come up, I just have to reach for mine. So we'll do a little hamstring stretch, and then we'll do some circles. So place the strap around either foot. I'm gonna go for my right foot. I have a loop in mind. You don't have to. Obviously, it's your strap, whatever you prefer. You can also just, place the strap in 2 hands. This is just kind of the way I have it at home. So you'll notice for now, my opposite knee is bent. I'm going to start like this, but the leg that is elevated is straight. So we want to give ourselves a little stretch. Let your foot be flat. So place the sole of your foot as though it's pressing up into the ceiling. So it's like you want to make a footprint on the ceiling. And then press so much so into that strap that it almost feels like someone's pulling your leg up. Almost like you're pulling that hip up off the floor a little bit. And then just let it relax. Maybe give it a little stronger pull. See how that feels. Maybe kind of pulse a little bit. It's whatever feels best for you. But mostly the stretch or the sensation is in the back of your leg. So a lot of sensation in the back of your leg. Give a little pull, release, pull, release, pull, release, something like that. Now a trick is to, if you can't see my foot, I'm not sure at the camera angle, if you turn your foot so the little toe side of your foot, so it's almost like you're twisting your foot, as long as it doesn't hurt, but you're twisting your foot at a slight angle, and you might have more sensation out here on the outside of your leg. These muscles, sometimes they get tight from everyday use, from walking, climbing up stairs, stepping over a curb, I mean, they're literally holding us, so it's a lot of work here. They're called your peroneals, and sometimes they just get a little tight, so maybe we can move into that. All right, still using the strap, allow your leg to open to the side, however far you'd like to go, okay? So if you go so far that you feel like you're gonna fall over, then that's probably a bit too far. So just let it open, let it open, let it open, let it open, and maybe you've reached your maximum, maybe you go a bit farther, okay? Take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, and then let's bring the leg back to center. If you're holding it with one hand, switch hands, so be the opposite hand, and then maybe cross a little bit and see how that feels. We obviously use our legs so much throughout the day. Thank goodness we have them, right, for walking and standing and sitting and all that good stuff. So we want to give them a little break. So even just in this position, it's good to take a load off the legs. So we'll bring it back to center, and then one more time, give it a little tug. All right, and then you can take the strap off, maybe shake it out a little bit, place the foot down. Maybe you want to shake it out a bit more, and we'll switch to the other side, okay? So whenever you're ready, place the strap around the opposite foot and just begin, same. So I have mine with two hands on this side. I'll give it a little tug, and one side often feels very different than the other, which is the beauty of our bodies. There's a sense of asymmetry. One tends to be dominant, and just like if you're right-handed or you're left-handed, we tend to be dominant in one leg as well over the other. So you might notice a slight difference. One leg may feel more free, and the other leg may feel a bit more restricted, or maybe not. Maybe they both feel the same. But it's just awareness. There's never anything wrong. Nothing like that. We just notice these things. So we've lifted the leg, and if you remember, tilting of the foot. So you kind of twist your foot so that the little toe, the outside arch of the foot, is turned slightly towards the ceiling. So it's at a bit of an angle. And then press the foot up to the ceiling, as though someone is pulling your leg up, so you get a little more space on the outside of the hip. Okay? And then go ahead. So whatever leg you're using, use the same hand and open the leg. Open to the far. But remember, if you feel like you're going to fall over, you may have gone too far. So maybe it's 60%, maybe it's 50%. When we stretch things like this, we ideally want to feel comfortable. So if it's making you more tense, I would recommend backing off. Otherwise, then move into it. We want to let the body feel safe and comfortable. And then come back to center, and now cross. So I'm switching hands. So now I'm using my opposite hand, and I cross, just like that. And then we'll come back to center. We'll take the strap away for now. You can definitely keep it close by, but we'll just place it to the side. And let's do some circles. So back to the first leg. Our legs are a little looser now. Our pelvis is loose. We've done all these tilts and arches. So lift one leg. It's nice and straight. If you like, point your toe. Notice if your bum is up off the mat, bring your bum down. So we don't need that. We actually want stability through the hip. If you like, point your toe and draw a circle on the ceiling, or it may not be on the ceiling, it may be at a slight angle on the wall in front of you. And as you're circling, things to pay attention to. Is your other leg moving around? If it is, I would maybe consider making the circle a bit smaller. Change the direction. Is your hip clicking? Are you getting some discomfort? Then definitely tighten your tummy. Engage through the abdomen, engage through the core. So opposite direction with the circle if you haven't changed already. And then that's that. Super simple. Grab your knee, give yourself a little hug. And let's change sides, opposite leg. So reach, extend, 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 and begin. Circle, circle, circle. Now I know you've done quite a bit of Pilates, so you don't have to have this knee bent. You can maybe extend the opposite leg. It's up to you. I'm just doing it with bent legs because I haven't done Pilates in a really long time. So I'm starting as though I'm a beginner. Change the direction if you haven't already, sorry. Change direction, so keep it going, nice and long. It's as though you're making a capital D. So up, round, straight. Up, semicircle, straight. So it's like a capital D. All right, perfect. And then bend the knee, give it a hug, give yourself a little stretch, and be glad that's over with. So let's do one more core or abdomen exercise. So grab your prop. Let's grab the block. I'm going to put this on this side and place it between the knees. Remember, long side, place it between your knees, okay? Bring your arms alongside you. This time, open your arms wider. So you don't have to go all the way out like you're a letter T, but you're just starting to lift your wings. And then give the block a little squeeze. Inhale. Exhale, tighten your tummy. Lift the legs. And for more of a challenge, lift your feet a bit more. So instead of this 90-degree bend, kick them up a bit more. All right, we've got our block. We have our legs extended, and we're going to tilt to the side. Now keep your head and shoulders down. Tilt, 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 just enough to feel your tummy. Exhale, squeeze back to center. Repeat, other side. Inhale and exhale. Back to center. Keep going. Inhale. Exhale. Back to center. So this exercise is for your waist. It's for your obliques or the side body, which are really important in stabilizing our pelvis. Continue to the side. Shoulders are down, head is down. Squeeze side to side. Go at a pace that feels comfortable for you, but let's do 4 more. Inhale, exhale, to the side. Inhale, exhale. 1 more each side. Inhale, exhale, and last one. Inhale, exhale. That's that. Place it down, place the block to the side, and you finish there. So turn onto your side. Doesn't matter which side, as long as you can see me. If you still have a block underneath your head, fantastic, or some sort of prop that just allows you to have support. You can also place your hand under your head. Now, where does the body go in space? We want to feel as though our head, our shoulders, and our pelvis are touching an imaginary wall or something behind us. So we have a reference point. So we're not all twisted or anything like that. So let's say you're nice and lined up, not too much of an arch. Bring the knees slightly forward and let them stack. So your knees are touching and your feet are also touching. You can always put your hand on your hip if you're not sure if you're forward or back, or even just take a look. We have to use what we have right in front of us. So I'm just going to rest my hands here on my thigh. Keep your feet together and let's begin. So open the top knee and close the knee and take a breath. Perfect. Again, open, 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 close, close, close. These are called clams, little clams, and really good for pelvic stability. I get a lot of clicking in my hips after I've had a baby, so this is actually quite good for me to do these exercises. So as you're doing them, we'll do 5 more. Tighten your tummy. So the muscles around the abdomen are literally supporting the muscles of the pelvis. Okay, let's do 2 more. Lift the knee, lower the knee, and last one. Lift and lower. Good. And relax. Let everything relax for a moment. And let's now lift the whole leg. So keep your knee bent, keep the foot, the foot stacked above each other, the feet stacked above each other. And we're just lifting the whole leg. So the knee and the foot come up and come down. So I'm not twisting, the foot's not lifted higher than the knee's not lifted higher than the foot. They are stacked. One goes up above the other, up and down. Now, as you're doing this, notice, do you get a little scrunched in your shoulder or anything like that? And just let everything release, let it relax. If you don't want to put your hand up here, maybe place your hand on the mat. Sometimes my hand doesn't reach, so I use my fingertips. So keep going, lift the knee, lift the foot. We've got 2 more and 1 more. Perfect. Let everything release. So let's put those 2 movements together. First, start with the knee down, and then lift the foot. So now we're adding a little rotation. The knee lifts, and then the foot lifts, okay? Knee and foot. Keep going. And knee and foot. Repeat. And knee and foot, and repeat. And knee and foot. So this is called internal and external rotation. Knee externally, and then the foot lifts internally. 1 more. Up with the knee and down, and then up with the foot. Okay, let it all release. 1 more. We're going to continue. So lift the leg. It's still bent, or the bottom foot is resting on the mat. Bring your knee up towards your elbow, and then bring it back. Bring your foot back. Keep your knee bent. Bring it back, as though you want to touch your shoulder behind you. I'm exaggerating, obviously. We're not going to touch our we're not going to touch our shoulder or our elbow, but those are reference points. So the foot goes back. The knee comes up. As you're doing this, notice, pay attention. Is your upper body moving around a lot? Do you feel like you're falling over as you do this? If that's the case, make the leg movement smaller. So tummy is tight, the movement of the leg, knee comes up, foot goes back. We have 2 more. This is a great exercise. It emulates or mimics walking. You step forward as you do, and you step back. Okay, 1 more time. Knee comes up, knee goes back. Good. Let it all rest. Okay, we have 2 more things to do here, and then we're going to switch sides. All right, here we go. Extend the leg now. So the leg is longer, and therefore it becomes heavier. It's just our lever. Look down, bring the foot slightly forward, and we just go up and down. That's all we're going to do. Up and down, up and down. Now my foot is flat. That means it's flexed. If that works for you, great. If you want to have a floppy foot, you can have a floppy foot, just loose. Play with both. There's no rules here. You can switch things around the more and more you do this class. So 2 more. We're doing about 7 or 8 with each leg. Now keep your leg elevated, keep the foot flat, and kick towards me, and now pull, bring your leg back behind you. So we just did this exercise with the knee bent. Now we're doing it with a straight leg. Pretty cool. Little more advanced. We're progressing. This is called a progression. Kick and pull. But again, this is walking. So you're isolating all the muscles of the leg because your whole body is stable and you're just using 1 leg. These are movements that you do when you walk. You step forward, you press into the ground, and you kick off. Okay, so really good for body mechanics. 1 more time, forward and back. All right, if you need a little break, let the leg rest, but we have 1 more exercise to do. Kick the leg out, nice and long, body's long. Point your toe this time, so reach into those toes. Let's draw a circle with our leg. The circle does not have to be humongous. I would say like a beach ball-ish size. So circle around. Let's do about 4, maybe 5, and then reverse. Ooh, I haven't done these in a while. I can feel it. Oh, this is good. 3, 4, 5, and oh my goodness, that was great. I haven't done those in a while, and I can tell I need to do them more often. All right, so let's switch to the other side. So you take your time. I'm gonna do the same. I have to turn around, and we'll do the other side. So completely roll over, and we'll find our way. Take your pillow with you. And you also, you turn around how you turn around. Maybe you just turn onto the other side and listen to me. Whatever works best for you. So once you get there, your bottom elbow is bent. Resting your head on a pillow, a blanket, a block, however that works. Look down at your knees and just scooch them up a bit. And remember your reference points, your head, your shoulders, your pelvis. So those are all these bony landmarks. Let's pretend we're up against a wall. Knees are bent, knees are together. And we'll begin with our little clams. Again, I'm just going to rest my hand on my hip for now. So lift the knee and lower. For extra credit, just keeping the tummy slightly engaged. So out of a level 1 through 5, 1 being the lightest, 5 being the hardest, I would just do like a 2. So it's not, really tight, but there is something happening. So just lift the belly button, draw it in slightly, and we're aware we have that support. Okay, 2 more. And 1 more. So starting off with these little clams. Okay, knees together. Now lift the whole leg. So the foot can be floppy. Doesn't have to be flexed here. The knee is still bent, and it goes foot, knee, knee, foot. But remember, we're not rotating or anything like that. We're going to get to that next. The bottom leg on the floor is very stable, very much attached to the floor, as though you have a piece of Velcro and it's there. All right, let's do 2 more. Lift up and down. Again, wonderful movements to strengthen the pelvis. Okay, now let's put those 2 movements together. So knee lifts, bring it down, foot lifts. Okay, so you may notice when I open my knee, I'm not opening it all the way to the ceiling, because if I did that, I'd start to open my shoulders as well, and that's not the point. We want to isolate just the pelvis. So I'm really only lifting the knee as far as I can keep my upper body still, my upper body quiet. So open, close, open the foot, sorry, lift the foot, lift the knee, lift the foot, lift the knee. So we're alternating. 2 more. Foot, knee, and last one. Foot, knee. Perfect. All right, leg is still bent. Lift the whole leg and bring the knee slightly forward. Let's say you're bringing it up to your top elbow. Maybe now touch the floor if you like. Keep the knee bent and then press back as though you're trying to touch your shoulder blade. Okay, so scoop the knee up and then press back as though you're trying to touch your shoulder blade with your foot. Knee comes in, maybe exhale, maybe inhale, and again, exhale, and inhale. Same thing, try not to move around all that much in the shoulders or the head, all that. This is very stable. The upper body is very stable, and we're isolating. We're focusing just on the lower body. 1 more. Knee up and forward. Fantastic. Maybe take a little break if you like, but we're going to go extend that leg. So press it out. Maybe look down. So you want to see your whole foot, whether you have shoes off might be easier. Sorry if I didn't say that before, but whatever you like. Okay, flex the foot. Foot's nice and flat. Leg is long, and we go up and down. Up and down. And again, up and down. Again, you're not lifting it so high, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, because what happens sometimes is we move out of alignment. And really, in this class, in most Pilates classes, we're focusing on stability and longevity. So we're not trying to take our body to its farthest range of motion, rather allowing it to stay in a sustainable range of motion. So let's do 2 more. Up, and last one. Up. Okay, bring the leg parallel to the floor. Keep going. Kick, 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 kick forward, and then pull, 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 pull back. If you like, tighten that tummy. Keep it going, and flex the foot. Now point the foot to go back. Kick to go forward. Inhale to go back and kick and point and kick and point. Oh, this is good. I haven't done this in so long. Kick and point and kick and point. Good. Now maybe you need a little break. Place it down. Otherwise, keep going. We're going to circle around. So now point the toe. Reach into that big toe. Point, point, point. Circle. Again, maybe the size of a beach ball-ish, something like that. Around. Ooh, around. Oh, one more. So about 5 in either direction. Other direction. Around, around, around. Inhale, exhale. Keep the bottom leg touching the floor. And last one. And we did it. Fantastic. Knees together. Body still on our side. Take your top arm up to the ceiling. And then just lay back, take a little stretch. So the knees are together and you're just laying back. If you don't want to extend the arm, because I can't remember which one of your arms wasn't comfortable doing that, then just rest your head on your hand and open your elbow. So it's a little twist, a little stretch, and then come back. Okay? So moving now up to our hands and knees. Okay? So bring your body to all fours. And on all fours, we'll do our cat-cow. So if we remember this, we go arch and then curl. And again, arch and curl. So keep moving. I'll just keep talking. Look at your hands, spread your fingers, okay? Press down even through your fingertips. So it's not just in the heel of the hand. Knees are about hip distance apart. As you look forward, lift the tailbone. So it's kind of like you're sticking your bum out. And then as you look down, tailbone into the body, ribs lift, and you might even look back towards your knees. Okay? Again, up, 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 up. Inhale, and down, 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 down. Now, as you're here, all fours, find what feels like neutral to you. So neutral being you don't feel like you're dumping into the shoulders or the back. You feel comfortable. You feel balanced. All right? And whatever that feels like to you, you have to trust your awareness. So on all fours, I'm going to walk a little forward. Take the right leg and just lift it straight back, but place your toes on the floor. And then press your heel back. I have to walk a little more forward. I'm going to move this out of the way. Press your heel back, 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 back. And then bring the knee down. And do the other side. So toes on the floor. Press the heel all the way back. And then bring the knee down. Toes on the floor. Press the heel back. And then bring the knee down. And then once again, toes on the floor. Press the heel back. And then bring the knee down. Lift the right knee. Keep it bent. And just open the knee to the side and then bring it down. Open the knee to the side and bring it down. This is another movement that is very good and strong for stabilizing the hips and the pelvis. So we want to open the knee to the side and bring it down. And if at any time your arms are tired from this position, from pressing into them, just place your elbows on the mat. You can always come down like this, okay? So I'll keep up here. Other side. So the knee is bent. We go out and in. Out and in. Out and in. Out and in. One more time. Out and in. From here, go back to the right leg, kick it behind you, but this time elevate it off the mat. Now, if you feel comfortable, you see how you feel. You might extend the opposite arm forward and then bring them both back down. So we can progress with that. Maybe just start with the leg. Experiment with lifting the leg up and down and up and down. And then if you feel comfortable, you extend the leg back, you extend the opposite arm forward, and then lifting everything up. Okay, let's try the other side. So extend the leg back, maybe just try lifting the foot up off the floor, try that. And then if it feels comfortable, you take the opposite arm, extend it forward, and then just kind of see how that feels. And then maybe place them both down and extend them out. So let's march along from side to side. We go opposite arm, opposite leg, opposite arm, opposite leg, opposite arm, opposite leg. Okay, both down. Again, if your arms are getting a little tired, you can always come down onto your elbows, and we'll come back up. So we're planted here on all fours. Take the right arm, thread it out to the side and look up. And then reach under the opposite or the arm that is on the floor. So take it out to the side and up, and then thread under the hand that's on the floor. Turn. So this is rotation. We're rotating our body. And turn. Turn, up, and turn. So try it now with the other arm. Thread under, and then open, maybe even take a look up. So as you're doing it, notice if your hips are moving around a lot, and if you can, keep the hips quiet. Keep them still. Inhale, exhale. Again, inhale, and exhale. Let's do one more. There's always one more. Okay, all right, nice and easy. So what I'll ask you to do now is come to some sort of sitting position. So if you like, you can sit on your blanket. Maybe you want to sit on your block, or if you have a cushion or something like that, then you're welcome to do that. I think what I'll do is I'm actually going to sit on the blanket. I'll just fold it, so it's nice and thick, like so. You can sit, if it's comfortable, you can sit with your legs crisscross applesauce, with the knees slightly elevated, or maybe you just bring your legs out in front of you, okay? You can also sit on a stool. I don't have one, I guess I could use that, but you can sit on anything you like. It's a stool, a chair, anything like that. We'll just do a few sitting exercises, okay? So sitting up nice and tall. So this is kind of like when you do gyrokinesis. We'll lean to the side. So let one hand fall to the side, and then lift up. Inhale, grow taller, and then we'll do the opposite side. Lift. Good. And then we'll try it again. To the side. And we'll try it again. To the side. Good. So in this position, let's bring our hands out in front of us as though you are reaching for something. Let your palms face one another, and then keep reaching with your fingers so that you feel like your shoulders are coming forward, and then your head starts to fall slightly in. And then pull the shoulders back, and lift the head up. It's a small movement. I'm going to turn to my side so that you get another angle or view as I'm doing this. So I'll kind of tilt my body slightly. So the arms reach forward, the head falls. So my whole body's not moving. It's just my shoulders. And then come back and sit up. Go forward with the arms, shoulder blades. And then retract. This is called protraction and retraction. Retract, protract. So we're letting the head move with our shoulders. Let's, on the next one, so let's do one more, only move the shoulders. So sit up nice and tall, just the arms, shoulders forward, shoulders back. Now if the arms get a little tired, I understand, place the arms down. If you prefer to have the arm bent, that's okay. Just think about shrugging your shoulders. Just think about moving them, isolating them, okay? Good, and then let them relax and relax. Maybe do a couple circles, something like that, just see how things feel. I'll turn back to face you. So from this position now, we bring the arms back out in front of us, and we let one arm open to the side, and then turn your head with your arm, and then bring the arm back to center. Other side. Turn your head and your arm together, and bring them back to center. Nice thing about doing this sitting is the pelvis, the legs, the knees. They're isolated. They're staying stable. But what is moving is what's called your thoracic spine and your cervical spine. This is this whole area here. So we turn, 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 turn. Maybe inhale, exhale back to center, and inhale. Maybe exhale back to center. One more time. Inhale, exhale back to center, and last time. Inhale, exhale back to center. Good. And then let everything release. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. All right, one more thing here. Take the arms out in front of you. Now lift them up and overhead. Now I remember, if I remember correctly, Vivian, your lifting overhead is challenging for you. So let's skip that. Let's just bring the arms down by our sides. I don't want to exacerbate anything. And let's do a nice twist. So you can rest your hands on your thighs and just simply turn to the side. If you want to add the challenge of having the arms up, do, but turn both arms now simultaneously. So the head and shoulders would move. If it's more comfortable for you, do like I Dream of Jeannie. Just bring the arms in front of you, grab your opposite elbows, not necessarily hugging them, create some space, and then turn both elbows, head and shoulders. I think that might work for you. So instead of having the arms overhead, just hold the opposite elbow and then turn, breathe. Inhale, exhale, turn, and then inhale, exhale, turn. Okay? Make what's called a goal post or football pitch, something like that. So we have our arms like this, and then keep your wrists, excuse me, and your elbows together, or excuse me, in one line, and then just open the arms. Bring them back, open up the chest, and then bring them forward. Bring your head down. Bring the elbows back, lift the chin. Bring the elbows forward, lower the chin. One more time, bring the elbows back and open, and bring them forward. Good. So release everything here. Let's go back to our hands and knees. We're going to work our way back down onto the mat, and then we're just about finished. So once you, excuse me, come back to the hands and knees, let's revisit the cat-cow. So if we remember, arch, curl, arch, take a deep breath, and curl. Perfect. So this time I'll ask you to come down onto your tummy, but rather than lying all the way down, go ahead and come onto your forearms. Okay, so this is often called Sphinx, like the Sphinx in Egypt, Sphinx pose. So on your elbows. Now if your elbows are really far out, you'll be closer to the mat. So I'd recommend just walk the elbows in a little bit. You want to feel like your bones are on the mat. Hands are underneath you. And then let yourself, actually, kind of the opposite of what we normally do, let yourself slouch. Let your head drop. Oh, maybe shake anything out that, is on your mind. Just shake the head. Let it go. And then start to come up. So lift the shoulders, lift the chest, and you're elevated. But I wouldn't throw the head back. You want your neck to be nice and neutral, nice and comfortable. If you feel that this is a lot of compression or tightening in the low back, then drop down a little bit, okay? You don't have to feel that compression. Lift your belly button a bit so your tummy is engaged, your core is on. Legs are behind you. Now bend one knee, let it go, and then bend the other knee and let it go. Okay, let's try it again. Bend, bend, and repeat. Bend, bend, and repeat. So this movement opens up or stretches the front of the thigh, because even though we're laying on our tummy, we're actually opening or stretching the front of the leg, which is a good thing. And then we're strengthening our muscles on the back of the thigh. So these are all supportive, important muscles for leg stability and pelvic stability. So lift, bend, bend. Let's do two more, one each leg. And one more. Good. Perfect. Now, if it's comfortable, come down. Whatever works best for you. I know I can't quite remember if you're happy on your tummy, but you might just stack your elbows and rest your forehead here, or maybe your head is lifted a little bit. But if you can, place your hands on, stack your hands and place your head on your hands. And then if it's comfortable for you, let's say your right hand is over your left hand. So right hand on top, left hand on bottom. Lift your right arm and your head. So your head is velcroed, stuck to your right hand. Head and hand are touching. You're lifting your right arm and your head, and then you're coming down. Okay? Keep moving. Lift the right arm, inhale, lift your head. All right, and now maybe add the left leg. So it's right arm, left leg, up and down. Take your time. Maybe you only move a centimeter off the floor. You do not have to go as high as I'm going. One more, up and down. Fantastic. Rest. Place your left hand on top, Velcro your head to your hand. Lift the head and the elbow up and down. Inhale, head and elbow. So again, the head touches the hand. Relax your neck. Inhale, left arm. Lift, lift, lift. Now maybe lift your opposite leg. Maybe opposite leg. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Up and down. Fantastic. And then just let everything rest. Rest your head on your hands. Let your tummy touch the floor, your thighs, your knees, your feet. Everything is relaxed. And let's turn over last and final time. So turn over onto your back. Final time. Okay. And make your way, if you want to bring your towel or your block or whichever you prefer under your head one more time, do that. Find your way comfortably onto your back. Bend both of your knees, and this time separate your knees the distance of your mat. So, or if you're not using a mat, let's say as wide as your shoulders. And then just flip-flop. So both legs go to one side, both legs go to the other side, and we repeat that. Swish and swish. Arms are relaxed wherever you like to place them. Swish, swish, and again, swish, swish. And then we'll come back to center. Feet are still wide, and simply allow your knees to touch. So the feet are wide, your knees are touching. Remember how we began? We placed our hands on our tummy or somewhere on the body. So let's do that again. Have your legs however you like. If the knees touching feels good, if you want to have them separated, you do what feels best for you. If you like, maybe close your eyes and just take a nice deep breath in and a nice deep breath out. And give yourself a moment to say thank you for this opportunity, focusing on your well-being, your health, just having a sense of gratitude for all that we do have. And as you may hear the familiar sounds around you, noticing the sounds outside as well as inside, start to bring your awareness back to this moment, moving your fingers, your feet, opening your eyes, and gently taking your time, maybe laying there for a bit longer, maybe, that's what feels best, or start to slowly roll to your side, push yourself up, and thank you for getting me back into doing some Pilates. It's been actually quite some time, and I realize my body really appreciates it. So I hope you enjoy this and you can use it, and that we stay in touch, and I get to see you soon. So have a wonderful day, and thank you so much. Bye, Viviane.